el Gobierno Nacional Argentino viene impulsando diversas políticas de Estado para lograr la igualdad real de la población de gays, lesbianas, bisexuales, intersex, no binarias en la República Argentina, así como también la implementación de diversas legislaciones que nos dan la posibilidad a los diversos sectores populares de la diversidad sexual integrar fuertemente los lugares de decisión. Y por supuesto, esto hace que la participación de la sociedad LGBTIQ+ sea una realidad en nuestro país.
From the total marginality of the social peripheries, from the total oppression and invisibility, the dignity and life of LGBTI people is taking a role in the collective narrative. Now us, LGBTI citizens, must be able, through the visibility and through the community, to claim ourselves in all public and political spaces, thanks to the tools and practices of the participation, demanding equal rights and opportunities against the systemic discrimination in work, school, family, society.
Es una realidad que las personas LGTBI sufrimos discriminación y violencia en todas las partes del mundo. Hay que garantizar desde Naciones Unidas el respeto universal de los derechos humanos y las libertades para todas las personas. Por ello, desde el Ministerio de Igualdad del Gobierno de España se ha creado una Dirección General de Diversidad Sexual y Derechos LGTBI, a cuyo frente se ha puesto a una lesbiana activista. Y estamos promoviendo un cambio legislativo para la igualdad real y efectiva de las personas trans y la garantía de derechos de las personas LGTBI. También hemos puesto en marcha un Consejo de Participación LGTBI, iniciativa imprescindible para otorgar voz y protagonismo a estas personas.
Talofa from Sydney, Australia. I am Susanna Brown. I am working for Equality Australia on the Sydney World Pride Human Rights Conference in March 2023, and I am also the Co-Secretary General of ILGA World. I wanted to remind you of the importance of addressing non-participation, specifically of civil society voices, in major human rights meetings and events like these. Yes, argue for more participation, but then follow it up by ensuring that those voices that need to be heard are resourced and able to participate. We have just opened our scholarships program and expressions of interest for presenters to allow more voices to be heard in Sydney in 2023. Because only by being at the table can we elevate our arguments to help the work that we do at the grassroots and on the front line. That is where change starts and where it truly matters. Soy for.
I am a lesbian. It takes little courage to say this now. I can, because of all the LGBTIQ activists who refuse to deny their own inherent dignity as human beings, and who engaged in the struggle for recognition of their human rights. Rights all LGBTIQ people everywhere should enjoy without risking their safety, their careers, their relationships with family and friends.
Hinsegin fólk einstakar hópur fólks. Við höfum fjölbreyttar þarfir og fjölbreytta reynslu og erum í raun jafn einstök og við erum mörg. Það getur enginn talað fyrir okkar hönd nema við sjálf. Þess vegna mikilvægt að við fáum sæti við borðið til að tryggja að okkar sjónarmið skili sér í umræðunni. Annars hætta á að við gleymumst eða réttindi okkar sé ekki fyllilega tryggð. Okkar reynsla, okkar rödd, ekkert okkur án okkar.
This forum must serve as a reminder for all progressive stakeholders to never rest in pushing for change. It's because of the decision of Albanian stakeholders back in 1995 who decriminalized homosexuality that today's Albanian youth feel free to be proud of themselves and to openly advocate for human rights of all LGBTI people. It's important to continue to fight for inclusion in order to create a better world for the generations ahead.
My name is Mark Angel. I'm a member of the European Parliament from Luxembourg, and I am a member of the Socialist and Democrat group, and I co-chair in the Parliament the LGBTI intergroup, and we fight for LGBTI rights. We are LGBTI persons, but also many allies who do this work. I've been in politics for over 25 years and I've done a lot of subjects, but I think it's important to have LGBTI persons because our point of view, belonging to a minority, fighting discrimination is quite important in many political fields, and therefore we all know that it's very good to have big diversity in politics.
As Ireland's Minister for Children, Equality, Disability, Integration and Youth, I am delighted to address this really important event to promote and uphold the human rights of LGBTI+ persons. It is essential that all states demonstrate a strong commitment to end violence and discrimination based on sexual orientation, gender identity and gender expression. Ireland is working hard to create a society based on equality and mutual respect, a society where LGBTI+ people can say, I feel safe being me.
LGBTI people possess the innovation and creativity to really imagine a world that is starkly different and more free than the world that we live in today. Inclusion of LGBTI persons in decision-making processes is a social, moral, and economic imperative. Canada's release of its first ever 2S LGBTQI+ action plan is a historic moment, and it came because LGBTI persons were included, and it will succeed because that inclusion will also be continued moving forward.
In recent years in Denmark, we've seen great progress in representation of LGBT people in culture and politics. However, we still have a long way to go. In order for future generations to grow up and be able to be full in themselves and live out their full potential, it's important that they can see themselves mirrored in people who represent them in important forums of decision making.
Mi nombre es Alexandra Venado, soy mujer, madre y lesbiana. Las personas LGTBIQ+, hemos tenido que estar permanentemente al borde de los espacios de toma de decisiones. No es posible desterrar estas malas prácticas si se excluye permanentemente a las personas LGTBIQ+ del diseño, aplicación e implementación de políticas públicas. Por eso es tan importante que hoy podamos habitar estos cargos, desde la visibilidad de nuestra orientación sexual y nuestra identidad de género.
In Israel's history and consists of Jews, Muslims and Druze, people with disabilities, immigrants, and of course, members of the LGBTQ community. It is clear that integration of LGBTQ members at all levels of decision-making is key for promoting equal rights for our community. I'm proud to say that in this government, we eased access to surrogacy, were the first country to lift the ban on blood donations, and opened community centers throughout Israel in order to facilitate a safe and equal environment. Of course, this is only the beginning, and there's much more to be done.
Ik vind het belangrijk dat iedereen actief mee moet kunnen doen in de wereld. Op school, op straat, in het openbaar vervoer, in een restaurant, bar, op kroeg, op het werk of op een sportvereniging. En dat iedereen daar dan hetzelfde recht heeft, of je nou een beperking hebt of niet. Ook vind ik het belangrijk dat mensen die LHBTIQ+ zijn, dezelfde rechten hebben als hetero's. En dat mensen met een licht verstandelijke beperking soms ook LHBTIQ+ kunnen zijn.